It's Wednesday morning. It's 7:30. You know what that means.
It's time for the wacky morning window hour.
Wacky morning window.
You
Is
go
that
and
it?
you look into a window and you expose your genitals to your neighbors and film their reaction.
There it is. There's shooting from the hip, Josh Selkovitz over there. He doesn't have to worry about a paycheck for a while. So he's letting it go, letting it fly.
Let it fly. Hey, how do you feel about this gigantic hat I'm wearing?
Is that a whatever that 3-on-3 basketball league is?
Yeah, it is. I'm a supporter.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So Brett, my brother-in-law, Sid in the city's dad, works for X now, and in the content capacity, and they were streaming the Big 3 game. So Brett and Farah and the girls are in town. They've been in town for a couple weeks.
Yep.
So on Sunday, we went to the Big 3 game at Newark Prudential Center. And well, it was cool because we sat courtside, although like I don't know if that's a get for a 3-on-3 league, but I don't know. It was still cool.
It's better than having to buy tickets in the upper deck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and we were like position A, you know, it was he's the head of content for Twitter, so like or X. So like people were coming up to him. We met Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler came up and introduced himself, which was kind of cool. And I got to go on the court for halftime to do the 4-point shootout against Mike Bibby.
There's a video of that
4-point shot. Yeah, I do actually. You're gonna like this.
So yeah, tell me what that is.
So it's exactly what you think it is. They've added a 4-point shot to their game. You know, it's far, right? So you had I didn't think it was going to be that far. So when I was sitting there, the guy told me like pretty far in advance that he was going to bring me out, and I was like, I think I can make like 2, maybe 3, and then I realized that like it's the NBA 3-point line, so it's messing with my a little bit of depth perception, and it's way farther than it seems. It's like a half court shot, basically. There's 2 on the wings and 1 at the top of the key. So with that preamble, I think you could probably guess how it went.
I'm thinking a couple just straight off the backboard.
Well, you're not too far off. So this was filmed by Sid in the City. It's a little shaky at times, but here we go. That's the guy that picked me to do it.
That's the MC.
Look at this guy. He's ready.
Backwards hat on, yeah.
Can you hear it?
So do you have to stand on that logo? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I got to stand on that 4-point logo.
You dribbling behind the back, show off.
I gotta get loose.
Looks like a kickball.
Yeah, it's really red. All the players are watching me though; they're into it.
Look at you! You show off in front of the cheerleaders, between the legs.
I sat right behind that dance team the whole day. By the way, like right behind them. There's one.
Oh, you hit the rim.
Yeah, yeah. Just wait.
So wait, so what's going on here?
The rebounders are doing a terrible job. Yeah, there's 3 people that are in the contest, and then they let a few kids just in the front. But like the rebounders were terrible, so I'm still.
So how do they know that? I mean, it can get kind of confusing, I guess.
Yeah, that one went off the backboard.
Off the shot clock.
There's another one, front rim.
All right, you're doing better than I was when you were talking to someone made one.
Yeah, maybe the guy at the top of the key made one.
Oh, there's just like another kid shooting threes in front of you.
Yeah. They brought a few kids out.
Get that kid out of here.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna give him a ball, then I was like, nah, wait.
Oh man, this is getting dangerous in the back.
So that one went back rim. That was my closest effort, and that's it.
Yeah. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah, everyone's having a
That's
good
all good.
time.
That's good.
Yeah.
What was the prize?
You got to play against Bibby.
Oh, so it was a
Yeah.
qualifying round and
Qualifying
the
round, yeah.
got it.
And they did so they play like we were there so they started games at 1. We were there at until like 4, 4:30, and there were still
Jesus.
2 more games to go.
Ugh.
It's it was like way more fun than I expected it to be. Joe Johnson is like dominating the league. Remember Joe Johnson? NBA player?
I think so. Yeah, he played for the Hawks, right?
He played for the Hawks, played for the Nets. Yeah. He's dominating the league. His jersey says ISO Joe on the back. No one else's jersey has something clever, just his.
He's
And he
the
went with
he hate
ISO
me
Joe.
of the big 3
Yeah.
league. So, okay, so wait, let's go back to this 4-point thing. So the qualifying round, the prize to win is to play Mike Bibby. What happens if you beat Mike Bibby? Do you win
Well,
$50,000?
apparently Mike Bibby's never lost, and he does not like to lose. This is what the guy told me before I went on. He was like, "Look, Bibby's never lost. He takes this very seriously." I don't. No prize was mentioned. I think the prize is just beating Mike Bibby and being able to tell your friends that Bibby ain't shit.
I beat Mike Bibby in a 4-point shootout contest at that 3-on-3 thing.
Who's Alpha? Welcome to the show.
Yeah. I think that's an emoji sort of that's what they're looking for.
Well, welcome aboard. I'm a 4-point shooting wizard. I am number 1. And if I had a chance to go against Bibby, and if hitting the rim were awarded some sort of points in this contest, then I would have won.
That's right. So we can see why people would be tuning in.
Can you hear the volume on that?
On what? On the video? No, I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably better.
I've got another show.
Oh.
There was some "Go Uncle Josh." That's what I was hoping you'd hear. My cheering section.
Is this you walking into the office after closing deals?
No, better. Can't hear that, right?
No.
This was the room that I was given for free to watch the fireworks on July 4th by the guy at the front desk of the Edition Hotel. There's Shira. There's Allison. It was the penthouse suite.
I saw some. Wait, how'd you get that?
So there's a living room. So we had initially planned to go to a place that Allison and I went in 2001, a rooftop in Jersey City. I think it's the Hyatt House. They have, so we booked a room there for us. We booked a room there for Brett and Farah and Shira, and we all bought tickets to the Jersey City, like their Hyatt House event, right?
Okay.
And we went, and it was the first year that the fireworks were on the Hudson River in a decade. They're usually on the East River. So that means, much front row seat for Jersey. When we went in 2021, it was the Jersey version of the Hudson. They were on the Hudson River, but it was 1 barge, maybe 2, not the 5 barge Manhattan Expo fireworks bonanza. Salute to America. We love our troops 2024.
Right.
So we sort of made a bad decision because we didn't realize there were going to be. I think the population of Jersey City is 250,000 people. Hoboken's 50,000, which is right next door, and there were like 500,000 or 600,000 people there. The police were overwhelmed. The streets were like we couldn't even get to the hotel. So we've got our bags on. Well, I'm carrying our bags for Allison and I. Brett's carrying him and Farah's, and we've got to walk 15 blocks around where we need. We can just see the hotel right in front of us, but we can't get to it. No cop knows what's going on. One tells us to go to this one. That one says go back to this one. No communication, just a complete debacle, right? Meanwhile, I feel terrible because like my brother and sister-in-law who have been so great to me, I'm marching them around in the fucking boiling heat while they're carrying all of their stuff and some of our stuff. And like Shira, you do not want in that scenario. Like Shira is not the person that you want to have to bear down and gut it out. That's just never going to be her MO. So we finally get there. We get to the room and like as we're walking to the hotel lobby, we just keep seeing signs that says, Hyatt House 4th of July rooftop experience in the other way. There's just sign after sign of arrows pointing in the opposite way. So we're a little bit confused. Along the way, there were probably 3 police officers that needed to see our reservation on Allison's phone before they would let us through, right? So we finally get to the front desk and Allison says, I want a refund as a joke. And the guy was like, wait, do you really want a refund? And we said no. We went to the room. It was the saddest room you've ever seen. It was like the saddest hotel room that they had in that place. I think it was a museum of sadness that they were renting out for the night because it was 4th of July. Yeah. We're sitting in there trying to figure out what to do. Brett and Farrah were staying at the Edition, and we thought, and Brett remembered, like, I think we've got a view of the fireworks from our room. So that was the plan. We're going to go to the Edition, all of us, and try to salvage what we can of the evening. On the way in the Uber, which by the way, getting an Uber was also as you could imagine, a complete nightmare. And like we got one and had to leave them behind. Like, and Allison's sister is not a seasoned Manhattanite. Does not love crowds. Like a little skittish around those things. And we just basically left her in the belly of the beast and for her to fend for herself and get an Uber. So on the way there, Allison and I decided to book a night at the Edition because we did ask for a refund at the Hyatt House and they like completely understood. They were like, yeah, no problem. We get it. You're not the first. Right. So we got a full refund on the room, full refund on the rooftop. We use that money to book a room at the Edition. When we get to the front desk, I'm talking to the guy. I'm telling him this whole story. He sees Allison, pregnant, tired, red in the face. And he says, I'm going to give you the penthouse so that you and your family can watch the 4th of July fireworks together. How cool is that?
Yeah. Boom.
Like what a nice man, to just like, what a cool thing to be able to have to dole out. There was no one at the Edition, by the way. You could just feel that the hotel was empty.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
I think he said, I can't give you a late checkout because someone's coming in tomorrow, but it's yours for the night. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. And like, we didn't believe him at first, and neither did Shira. I texted her because she was at the bar. I was like, hey, we got the penthouse. Come on up. And she was like, okay. So then, by the time Brett and Farrah arrived, I was waiting for them on the sidewalk, and I was like, "Come on, I've got a little surprise."
They come in, and you're like, "Yeah, no, let's go back down to your room and watch the fireworks." You said you had a good view. If there's any finger red number 1, I mean that's a great story. Yeah, I saw some video. Maybe it was Allison that had posted them.
Finger red number 1 didn't like that story. Bailed.
Yeah. That's me. I'm doing that.
Oh, your finger red number 1?
No, I'm just showing it.
Wait, your name is finger red number 1?
My name is ALFA, American League of Financial Associates.
While we got the window up, would you also like to see Sydney's ballet recital? I actually think this is a cool picture that I took.
Pictures are good. That's about as far as I want to go with it. I'm not interested.
Okay. Would you like?
I do want to continue to hold on. So I find it hilarious that you thought it was a good idea with a wife who is 7 months pregnant to even attempt to go to a city close to a city center to watch fireworks. That happens every year here. Yeah. And I have never met anyone who's like, I would never.
Yeah, but you got to remember,
never go there.
We did this 2 years ago, and it was one of our favorite times ever. Like, we had such a good time. There was no one there. But then I think we didn't realize, like, that was kind of still COVID. 2021 is when we were there. And we forgot that the fireworks were not on the Hudson River that year. So we were expecting the same experience, but because they brought it to the Hudson, it became a whole different, it took on like a whole new dimension.
So when they were on the other river, could you even see them? The
Yeah, you
east?
could see them, but it wouldn't be a place you'd want to pay to post up. I mean, it would be
I
like
see.
being on a tall building that's like that where you can kind of see the fireworks from, you know? There would be no reason to charge uh or no reason for like people to pack it in. Which is why we kind of liked it because you got a good view. You can see the Manhattan fireworks from the distance. You got a close up of the Jersey fireworks, and like you had a great time. It was cool.
Never again.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely
Thinking.
had that thought when I was leading my family through like like fights and riots along the way to get to a hotel. Like it was bad. The crowd was whipped up. They were hot. Like there clearly wasn't enough facilities or food or water for everybody. Not a good situation.
No.
I mean, I guess that's every 4th of July, like, but this
Yeah.
was my first experience trying to navigate to a waypoint through that sea of insanity.
Fucking tourist.
Yeah.
Our
right?
friends, so the golf course that's in DC is right near where they shoot the fireworks off. So it's prime viewing. He said that they played golf at 7:20 that morning and there were already people camping out along the road.
So that's the other thing is that when we spent the day in Hoboken. We met at the W. You've been to Hoboken, yeah? You know your way around Hoboken.
No,
By the water.
I don't.
So we were right by
I've
the
been
water
there.
in that park,
Yeah.
right? Which, by the way, is like position A if the fireworks are on the Hudson River.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, 2 p.m. And there were, I thought like you, that there were going to be people camped out, and there wasn't. So that's another thing that threw us off.
They probably
off the
weren't
scent.
letting. Well, whatever.
Anyway,
I
your buddy said that people were camping out at like 2.
going to see fucking 20 minutes of fireworks. We've talked about this. They're just after 90 seconds of fireworks. I'm like, all right.
The New
Ready for
York
this
show
to be
was a
over.
solid 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
But, like
15 or 20 minutes in DC. It's way too long. It's way too
It
long.
wasn't when you're sitting in the penthouse of the Edition. It was. I
That's
could've watched
I'm
that all
sure.
night.
Yeah, that's a good point. You could stand there in the AC and watch fireworks all day.
That's right. With nobody around us that we didn't choose and a perfect view. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was one for the books.
Good for that.
I pulled some like pretty good freebies in my life.
That's a good
This
one.
one may have been the best.
Credit to that guy for who's working on July 4th in the middle of all that to not be I don't know what the right word is. Not defensive.
Read the room, man. Like he had to do a calculation in his head of number 1, is this guy telling me the truth? Number 2, do these people look like they can afford to stay here in the future? And number 3, like the firework, by the way, we got to the Edition at what time were the fireworks? At like 9, and the fireworks were going on at 9:15.
Yeah.
So we got there like right. Yeah, perfect. We got there like right and the big 3. Can you put and the big 3?
Yeah, we're just going through all the sponsors today.
Yeah.
I'd have to do another banner. I'll do it later.
Did you guys watch the fireworks at all? Or you watch them on TV, or did you do anything?
We went to a friend's house. Their parents live outside of DC and throw a big 4th of July party every year.
Nice. That's right.
And he shoots off fireworks. It's kind of funny because he sets them all up, and then he's getting older. It's a disjointed fireworks show. Put it that way. And he'll shoot off one bottle rocket, and then he'll come out and he'll like light one sparkler thing on the ground, and then he'll walk back, and he watches them all. Right? He will watch the sparkler thing until it extinguishes, and then he'll walk. And he's getting older, so it's like a slow walk back to the bottle rocket area and light one off, and then
I kept telling Shira the names for each of the fireworks. I'd be like, "Oh, those are Blue Dreamers.
Yeah, right.
Those are Green Lanterns.
Solar
They're really
Blast.
popular." Yeah,
Yeah, that's
sound like drugs from the 70s. You got some
By the way, I
Dreamers,
had this thought.
Johnny Boys. Yeah.
You know that song Bobberan? Bobberan?
Yeah, I know
Bob,
Bob
Bob,
Moran.
Bob. Bobberan sounds like an insult to me from like that time period. Like that is that like, hey Bobberan, move your car. Like it's one of those.
Yeah.
Hey Bobberan,
Bob Moran.
let's go.
Fucking around. Yeah.
Order your deli meat. Get out of the way.
What the hell is a Bobberan?
That's part
That's
of
your
the
point, yeah.
it's part of that's my thing. I
Is
think
it
it's an
is it
insult.
like is it like a person? Is Bobberan supposed to be someone's name? Saw Bobberan
Is it
and I thought I'd
Barbara
take a
Ann?
chance.
Is it Barbara Ann?
If it is, we're idiots. The
It
internet.
might be. Yeah, check it
Okay,
out.
I'm just gonna search Bobberan and see what comes up. Yeah, it is. I just want you to look at my search and I want you to look at the results.
Okay. Ah, yeah, Barbara Ann. You know that song Barbara Ann?
I knew exactly what you meant. Singer is smitten by a girl who he met at a dance. He expresses his conviction that Bobberan is superior to other girls with whom he had danced.
Yeah. Good dancer.
Solid summary. Solid repiping there.
Barbara Ann. What a stupid song, Barbara Ann.
It is a stupid song.
Beach Boys.
Beach Boys are cool, but like that's one of those songs that just played in the background through too much of my childhood. That on 3WS.
Yeah. That song's up your dad's alley.
Oh yeah. Do anything
vigilant
doo-woppy.
Were you ever allowed? I could just see that you never being allowed to change the radio station
No.
or suggest that we listen to anything else other than 3WS or whatever your dad wanted to listen to.
Accurate. 3WS. And there were two exceptions that I remember. When he found out about Buster Poindexter, we listened to Buster Poindexter for Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot. He loved that. Me mind on fire. Me soul on fire. Feeling hot, hot, hot. And when Billy Joel came out with River of Dreams. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep.
Those are similar vibes to the doo-wop that you hear on 3WS.
But I mean, those were the only times that there was a diversion from 3WS. Right? There was not a lot of, and maybe when CDs came along, there was a little bit more, but from the most time, you wouldn't even try to suggest it because it had been suggested and shot down so many times that you knew it was a futile effort.
I cannot. Yeah, right. Yeah, the very controlling over
was your dad like, hey, what do you kids want to listen to?
No, of course not.
But like parents today do that, which is funny.
Oh, kids just scream and cry until they to listen to fucking Disney music in the car.
We were fucking listening to Bobberan and we were happy about it.
You ever try to what I love a great like mental image is whenever someone wants to listen to or just doesn't want to like have a discussion over the type of music that's being listened to. And you're like, no, let's just put this song on. And it's just like it finally happens. And then the person's just like during the song it's playing, it's just like Yeah. Okay. I get it. This is, and then we go right back to the Bob Moran.
That's Allison every
This is
time I try to introduce her to new music. Like, I've learned the hard way that if she doesn't want to be introduced to something new, she
yeah.
will make that experience as miserable and embarrassing for me as possible. I'm like, come on, just give it a try. Like the look on her face and the level of sass I'm receiving while that song is playing, it's like Chernobyl level radiation, just crackling and beaming with poisonous energy.
3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, come on. But I also get it. Like sometimes I'm not in the mood to be introduced to new stuff, especially as I get older. I'm just kind of nearing my limit. And I kind of feel like now I'm at the point where I need to forget about something I like in order to bring something new in. Do you feel that way? Like when it comes to music or movies or TV shows or whatever?
Well, yeah, movies and TV shows I'm over. I'm not into them.
Yeah.
Music I'm usually pretty good at, but I don't want to be this is also, like being introduced to things by your significant other is always definitely more taxing than it would be otherwise. But yeah, I'll listen to new music constantly. Like I almost listen to more music I haven't heard than music I have heard. So I'm okay
Always or
there, but
just kind of right now because you're like in the creative groove?
usually always like I will just listen to the Discover weekly Spotify playlist.
Really?
hmm
So I used to
Just
do that a lot. And when I was in my, I don't know, like mid 20s, late 20s, and I've gotten away from it. And now I feel like I've gotten away from listening to music in a lot of scenarios. I'm too curious about a million things. And there's so many good podcasts or like YouTube videos that, you can listen to while you're driving that like go into these fascinating topics. And I don't know. Sometimes I think that I'm holding myself back because like the music, it's a different thing. Like you're listening to music, you're not focused on the music. You're like bathing in it as you think about your mind can wander or you can have a conversation or whatever. Doesn't require your full attention for enjoyment. It's interesting. But
I
I haven't like sought out new music in like years.
yeah, there's it's weird. Excuse me. Is that you always think of new music as pop music. Like what
Uh,
you grow up listening to the radio,
oh, right.
right?
Okay,
And
I
the
got you.
only
Yeah, there's like a
music that
top
you
40
hear,
machine.
you're like, "Oh, new music. It's this pop. That's all there is." That like everyone's just making pop music and these are the best new songs. But then now, especially it's even easier now to just publish music. So there's people
Oh
who are
yeah.
making music of all genres all the time and there's always new music out there. Which is very cool. I like that part of it. Like now that you can find a genre of music that you like and listen to that music only.
Right, but you're getting it
And
from, like, all different levels of skill and creativity. That's cool.
right. Yeah.
What do you use? You said you use Spotify?
Yeah.
And there's, like, a Spotify discover feature that will just keep playing new music?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were how do you
I'm an
not have
Apple Music
Spotify,
guy.
man?
I'm in
Ah,
the
jeez.
increasingly more and more
Here
people
we
and let me
here we
just
go.
say, I'm so glad you
Increasingly
brought
more
this
and
up.
more.
Spotify is not a good app. Like it's not good. It hasn't been good. The user experience and the user interface has been confusing and poorly designed from the jump, and I want nothing to do with it. I subscribed for a while because it was the only game in town, but I am glad not to be a Spotify subscriber anymore. I felt
Okay.
liberated, freed from the shackles of poor UI and shitty engineering.
You're a hater. That is the biggest hater take I've ever heard.
Do you
How
like
is it not
the user?
what's wrong with the user interface? I actually think it's really good.
So I'm going back since to when I stopped using it, which is a few years ago, and I just found the Apple Music interface to be a lot cleaner.
Okay.
With Spotify, I don't remember exactly what my beef was, but I do remember like looking at the screen a lot and thinking, where do I do the thing that I want to do? And when you're in the like album navigation, right? If I put an artist's name in, and I'm talking about on my phone, on the computer, it might be completely different. But when I would put in, like I put in Childish Gambino, and I want to see a list of all of his albums, but it instead, and like all of his songs, but instead it would say like, it would list like 3 songs, then it would list like 2 of his albums instead of all of them. And I never knew where to go to like find the rest of this information. They may have fixed it, but it was, and this is a website. This is going to be very different. Let's see. Yeah, go to the artist page, Childish Gambino.
I am. That's where I am. Oh, click on this, you mean?
Yeah. So there you go.
There's
so
his top 5 songs.
Popular songs. That's fine. I'm good with that. But where's the rest of his songs?
Discography.
How do I get to a list of all of his songs?
Right here. This is Childish Gambino. And it's every Childish Gambino song. It's 46 of them.
Songs. There's a whole album missing from this. I'm just saying that like it's not as comprehensive as you're making it out to be. And I get that they've got a radio station, they've got this, and I like that. I think that's cool. It's just not the way I consume music.
So you just want a list of music?
You want to see the Apple experience to get a little
yeah, I do.
I'm not totally confident that this is going to be better, but I hope it is.
You better be better at this point.
Yeah. All right, can you see this?
I hate the most popular music app out there. Yeah, I see it.
I'm telling you that I'm willing to bet, if we looked it up, that Spotify subscriber numbers are in the toilet.
Well, the problem with Spotify, and I have a friend who works for SiriusXM, and so he's kind of plugged into that space, is that YouTube and Apple can lose money on their music subscription platforms, right? Because they have everything else,
right? Spotify
to make money off of. They're just trying to keep people engaged with their stuff, whatever. Spotify, that's their business. So subscriptions are everything, and they're getting more and more expensive. And
right.
You can't like lose money on the subscriptions and make it up somewhere else.
That's right. Well, I guess advertising, but then you're interrupting everyone's music more often with more ads, which is going to drive them off the platform.
Yep. So it seems like eventually it will get wrapped into one of the other two. Maybe Apple Music buys Spotify, and then that's just kind of how it goes.
I would imagine those are the big two, Spotify and Apple Music, right?
YouTube Music is a big one.
I don't think that has as big of a following.
But again,
you need to
not yet.
$20 a month.
Right. So what if you just said, we'll give everyone with a Spotify membership YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
And now we have
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's the
same way Google
we haven't talked about is I pay like $5 for Apple Music because I get it bundled with all the other Apple shit I buy.
Right. Yeah.
So like, why pay 3 times as much for Spotify?
Yeah. It's I started using Spotify.
Yeah, you were early
the moment it came out.
I remember told me about Spotify.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being pumped that I had to download some like third-party app. This is 2011, that I could use my phone to control the music on my computer to play it during a party.
That's cool.
At my place.
You're like, hold on, guys, I got this. Let me just change the song real quick.
Check this out. I can change this song.
What phone were you rocking in 2011? Were you a touchscreen yet?
Might have been the original Pixel. Or not, yeah, the Google, not Pixel. The Google Droid. I had the Droid, the first one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
the slide out keyboard.
Was it a good phone?
I liked it, yeah. It's like a goddamn brick.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember. I got to look this up. I do remember it being substantial, but I can't put the design in my head.
It had like that sidekick. Remember that phone that like you could slide the keyboard out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It had that.
Motorola Droid?
Yeah. It's not showing up on your screen.
Oh, here we can stop the debate about Apple Music. You got it. It's a little bit better. We both agreed on that. I'm glad.
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that copper thumb button.
I know.
I mean,
That was
that's
my
actually not a
first.
bad representation of the internet, though, on a mobile device. And I love a keyboard.
Keyboard was cool. I don't remember whether I used it very often or not, but
Oh, right, because it was a touch screen. It was like this if you
yeah,
didn't slide it out.
that's right. I don't think that was the phone, but yeah, you didn't have to slide it out.
Yeah. So you got this like vertical view with a keyboard underneath it.
Yep.
Look at the little
Yeah, it was
droid
cool.
thought.
Droid. It's just
I
got
love old cell
droid.
phones. I know a lot of people talk about this, but would you use a BlackBerry today?
If I had to, I'm pretty.
Not by choice.
I mean, if someone gave it to me and be like, "Here, this is your phone now," I'd be like, "Fine, like whatever."
If it was $100, so it was cheaper than
No,
an
I'm not.
iPhone or a Pixel.
No, I'm very agnostic about the phone experience. Just give me a phone that works. I don't care what kind it is or anything. So I'll get used to whatever I would have to get used to if that was the case.
I think
But I'm not going to
pop. Best looking phones.
Which one's that?
The BlackBerry Bold.
There, yeah.
Like just
Yeah,
in terms of the feel in your hand, the weight, the look of it, it looks like a businessman's phone. It looks slick. It still looks modern. And that click.
Yeah, it's a good design.
You ever use a BlackBerry?
I had one for a very short time when I started at Capital Source. They had Blackberries.
They gave them to you, yeah. Was it one of the old brick ones?
No, I think it was that one specifically.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
I think it's cool. I don't know. I thought, especially at the time, like I'm thinking back to when I got a BlackBerry and I was pumped. I was pumped. Like I thought I was like a real businessman.
It's a status symbol for sure. Yeah. It's like I made it. I got a BlackBerry issued by a company.
Didn't have to go out of my own dime.
I work.
Did you get a cell phone clip? Be honest.
No.
I did.
No, I never. I might have gotten one, but I never used a cell phone clip.
Yeah, I got one and maybe used it once and realized.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far. Sorry.
Yeah.
That takes you from
businessman.
That takes you from businessman to fucking redneck hick who's working at some sort of trade that needs to have the phone outside of their pants because they bend down too often. No offense to anyone who does that, but that's just the vibe it gives off.
So they just shut down the BlackBerry network. So up until recently, you could still use them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the end of 2022 or 2023, they shut it down.
So all of these for sale are literally just for their paperweights at this point.
Paperweight. Yep, exactly. Well, what is this?
Did they even have? I don't even know if they even had Wi-Fi. What is that? The Passport.
What? Marique Spawn.
That's a real person.
Is this like a tablet?
32 gigs.
So it's pretty recent. Then.
The camera's not that big.
Yeah, but that was never their thing.
Let's get a scale. Is there not? Usually Amazon has those pictures where it's a silhouette of a person next to whatever product it is.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And next to the box. I think it's a phone. Yeah, it is a phone.
So it's weird to have
missing.
Go back to the picture of the landscape view. That makes you be like, I don't want this keyboard in my fucking face right now. How do I?
It's missing numbers and punctuation.
Yeah, you're going to be very monotone. What time do you want to go to dinner?
And then you have to type out 1 o'clock.
ONE 1.
You gotta hit him with the old o'clock.
1 o'clock. p.m.
O'clock is kind of a silly way to talk about time.
Let's talk about how these
2
deals
o'clock.
closed. I want to hear about that.
Bruh. It was wild. So first one was pretty painless. Although I went to dinner in London with the woman who ended up like being my biggest partner in this deal from their company. And she told me, did I tell you this already? She spent like the first half of the meal saying like that she almost walked several times because of how aggressive we are and like how much we pushed them. And then spent the second half of the dinner saying like, well, if you hadn't done that, we wouldn't be in this position at all right now. We wouldn't be signing. Right. I was like, I don't know how to take that, but appreciate the feedback. But that one was like, that was 11 months in the making. Like something that you've done for 11 months that comes to like a dramatic conclusion. It's a phenomenal feeling. It's as good as it gets in my line of work. So if you don't like that, you're going to suffer because that has to carry you through all the other shit. The second one, these guys told us so that one closed on Wednesday, the 26th of June. The other one was forecast to close on the 28th of June, which is the last day of the month. Not the last day of the quarter, but the last day of the month, so that I can make my plan of commission before pat leave come to fruition. And on Wednesday, the CAO and the CFO told us multiple times, it's not happening this week. You know, we're still going to do a deal. We're sorry, but it's not happening this week. And when we did a little bit of digging, the reason was, so we had done a couple of days prior, we had done demos for all the end users, road warriors. So like people like yourself who travel a lot, you know, imagine if before they picked Agencia, they had been like, hey, Rich, come give us your opinions on this. And the EAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Road warriors loved it. EAs were like, nah, fuck this.
Don't like
I've got someone that I call right now that I can call at midnight if I need to. She knows my kids. She's been to my wedding, you know, like this is, you're telling me I can't have that anymore? And instead I got to use this flashy technology. Yeah, fuck Vaughn. We're not doing that. So I was able to convince the CAO once the CFO like stormed off. I was able to convince the CAO to like, I was like, I still think we have something here. Like
what do you mean stormed off?
Well, he was just like, didn't want to be pushed anymore and asked the same question over and over again about like, well, why can't we? And blah, blah, blah. He was just like, look, we just got to slow this thing down. I'm still on board. We just got to get the EAs to feel good about this. I don't want to make them feel like I'm punishing them. So I was like, totally get it. But I think we can still do that and be done by Friday. And he was like, nah, it's not going to work with calendars. Okay. Plus we have this IT thing that needs to be done. And this guy doesn't have it on his calendar until next week. So I was like, okay, fine. So when the CAO stayed behind, I was like, look, who are the top three? Who's like the EA power chart? Who's got the loudest voice? If you can get them to agree to meet with us tomorrow morning, we'll work on the IT thing separately. If you can get them to a meeting, like let's talk to them and see if we can't get them on our side. So he did. He agreed. So Thursday morning, I have a meeting with 3 EAs, and this is the whole deal. It's either get them quickly over to Team Navan, or because when they say like we'll finish it up next week, it's not ever how it goes, as you can imagine. Right. It will be at the earliest July 31st at 11:59 p.m. Like that is just how it goes. And I did not want to spend another month, you know, so there was a lot of pressure. But I started chit-chatting with the woman, with one of the EAs. And as soon as she said, me and my family go to Latrobe every year for Pittsburgh Steelers training camp, like I was like,
my people.
I am your shepherd. I am here, my son, my child. She lived in Williamsport, the place of the Little League World Series is. So we talked about that. We talked about Steelers. We talked about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Before you know it, it was an hour-long meeting. Before you know, we had eaten up 20 minutes, right? Just talking. And the other two weren't as chummy, but they were like she anchored everything. She challenged them when they were asking dumb questions, right? And they were not like deal-breaking questions. These were small grievances that had we not had a chance to meet, would have been very disappointing for the deal to push for that reason. Anyway, we got them on board. The IT guy was handled by the CAO. He was able to get him to just take a look at, he just needed to take a look at something and say, okay, that's fine. And instead of waiting until next week, he did it. We called the CFO back on Friday, told him the EAs are on board, the IT's issues fixed, and the CFO, who they had previously told us, once the CFO makes his mind up, he never changes his mind. So it is not going to happen. We call the CAO who's driving, ask him to pull over, open up the DocuSign on his phone and sign it, and he did.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's awesome.
All of these deals die and come back to life 3 times at least before they're, but to hear on Wednesday, it's not going to happen this week. And then for it to happen with this exact same people that said that it wouldn't, makes me wonder why people say things like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
maybe they have other priorities and they don't, they're
they just don't want to deal with
something until something pushes back.
That's right. And that's what you're good at, obviously. And that's the difference between being a good salesperson and not. I would not want to. I'd be like, God, they don't want to deal with me. I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm done.
To be honest with you, in most situations, what I heard this time, I would have backed off too. It's
Really?
only because I had this plan that I'm determined. I kind of put it in my mind that this isn't. Whatever they say, I'm not going to accept it, and I'm just going to find a way, right? Which is tough, I think, especially for a guy to do, especially for a white middle-aged male to tell people, I hear you, but I disagree. There's a very small window of opportunity to find the right way to say it with the right tone and the right empathy. And I don't think I hit it. I think that I just got kind of lucky on this one.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
This is your new thing. Just pretend like you have paternity leave coming up every time you're trying to close a deal.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Gives you a little drive, little extra, get to itism.
Do all deals close at the end of the quarter because it's the end of the quarter, or because that's how long it takes, or that's because that's how people buy? Artificial motivations. I'm agreeing with you. It's interesting how that works.
Congrats. I'm sure
it ended up being the biggest expense deal in Navan history, which is
fantastic. So did you walk in and everyone give you a standing ovation?
Yeah,
get one of those.
Nice. I got a lot of love.
Hey, Josh. Hey, knock on the door hey man, just just want to say congrats on that Smith deal you closed on the Sanderson Industrial.
It was yesterday. That was the first time I went to the office since closing them. So yeah.
You've earned a week out of the office after that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know about you, but is it 95 degrees there?
Dude, it's been hot it feels like 3 weeks. It hasn't been under 90. It is 82 right now.
Yikes. Really? That early?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is here. Yeah, it's 80 here.
I went into the office yesterday and I did not walk. Again, it's only a mile, and I like to walk, but there's no chance I'm walking in 80-degree weather.
And you feel I feel like our summers have become less enjoyable because there's less time that we can actually we're in it now. We're in the 90s. We're going to be in the 90s until August, maybe mid-August. And our winters have gotten milder and the summers harsher, but that can't be a result of climate change, because the climate change that we're talking about is a degree, 1.1 degree. Why is this? Do I just not remember that summers were always like this because we were kids and outside or something?
This is significantly worse than it was 10 years ago. I feel like
1 degree at a time, 1 degree per year, something like that.
I feel like it's getting worse. I mean, and maybe it's not. I'm sure that's easily accessible information, but it just feels like every year it's getting worse noticeably in the DC area. Because I agree, the winter. I mean, we did have some snow last year for the first time in 3 or 4 years, but it's been 3 or 4 years and we got 8 inches of snow.
Okay, I just
and
googled how
otherwise,
hot. How much hotter
how
is it in
hot is it?
Washington D.C. than it was 10 years ago? Is DC getting warmer? Hey,
It's
what you
definitely
want to
been
guess?
hundreds. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, say it.
No, it's definitely been 100 degrees before. The day I broke my leg, it was over 100 degrees. I remember that.
Okay. Do you remember the exact temperature? Because I have the
100 and
temperature and the date for the record high in Washington, D.C.
the all-time record high.
Oh, yeah. Well, all time being like the 150 years of recorded weather that we have.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't. I remember the date was July 26th, 2011. No,
That's right.
2010. 2010.
No, it was July 6th. That's
Sure.
incredible.
Well, yeah.
But it was 1930.
Okay. So yeah, I guess climate change is a big hoax.
And
It's gotten cooler since
you want to
then.
guess the temperature?
104.
106. You were close though. The average
fucking
high
hot.
from July 6th to 27th is about 90 degrees, whereas it was previously in the upper 80s. Human-caused climate change has boosted average temperatures by over 1 degree in the past 30 years.
Yeah.
Our lifetime, essentially. We've got what, maybe a degree and a half? 1.2.
Average. Yeah, it just feels like, I mean, this is a significant stretch. I don't remember it being, because it's not getting below 90 throughout the 10-day forecast, except for one day where it's going to rain all day. I think it's because that barrel's rolling through. Whoop, hang on.
Oh, yeah, the hurricane.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I touched my earpiece and it changes modes. Anyway, yeah, other than that, it's going back to 90.
It's coming to you?
I think it's working its way through the middle of the country right now.
Because you get like some coastal weather, right? Like some remnants of coastal weather.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Is Beryl over Toronto right now? Could that be it?
No.
Where the hell is it? What kind of name for a hurricane is Beryl?
Kansas. I feel like Beryl's been taking its sweet time. Is that it? That must be it.
Yeah, it must be, right?
Nah, because it made landfall in Texas.
So that would make sense if it came up.
Yeah.
Spinning like that. Here, let me show you the path. It came in the
Gulf.
Gulf.
Spin in the wrong direction. There you go.
Hurricanes go counterclockwise?
Yeah, bitch.
How do you know that? Does everyone know that?
Because everyone knows that.
Really?
Let's go, climate change denier. Get fucking with it.
What the hell does that have to do with climate change tonight? How do you know that? Is that an obvious thing?
That the eye of a hurricane spins clockwise. What are we in the southern hemisphere? What are we in the Singapore?
Do they spin different in the southern hemisphere?
I actually don't know. I bet they do.
How do you know they go counterclockwise?
That's just something. It's common knowledge. It's common knowledge. Call yourself a professional. Fucking 40-year-old don't know what direction hurricanes spin.
I like looking at weather all over the world and just be like, oh man, these fucking fucks on this island are
like, wow, it's raining in Jakarta.
It's raining in Palau right now. Not a good time to be in Negramash or Flu Clubbed or Koror. Palau's got great names for things.
Great resolution on that weather map, by the way. Apple weather.
You ever been to the Nordic countries?
Yeah.
Which is your favorite of the Nordic countries? Between Finland,
the only ones I've been
Sweden,
to are Iceland. I guess Iceland's kind of its own thing. The only one I've been to is Finland.
Finland. Let's see. Finland's right here. And very watery.
Yeah, a lot of water up there. A lot of the liquid stuff. up there in Finland. I do think Finland's basically Russia. It's not super great.
Yeah.
We went to the very, so I actually got,
Helsinki?
this is the time I got stuck in Iceland and we missed the first half of the trip. It was for school, for business school. And we got on we met up with the group and then went straight north and like kind of away from Helsinki. And we went to a bar up there and it was like it felt very Russian. Like we're not super into having tourists
Americans.
around. Yeah. I will say this: the Instagram algorithm has been feeding me clips of Finnish baseball. Have you been watching anything? Do you know anything about the sport of Finnish baseball?
No, but I can't wait for you to tell me about it.
Let's
let me
yeah, I'm gonna go
please
ahead and
bring me into your world. I would probably pay a subscription to get your algorithm. That's probably something that will happen, right? Like AI will generate Einstein's algorithm, right? Einstein's TikTok or Instagram algorithm, or like you can follow a celebrity's algorithm.
So I'm just gonna, I think that's talk about privacy concerns, but
Well,
who cares?
It'd be like the celebrity playlist. That's when I started getting into, well, it was called iTunes at the time. Apple Music was iTunes, but they would have celebrity playlists. And I remember this was early Kanye. I listened to his celebrity playlist and it had a lot of Fiona Apple on it. And I was really excited because I love Fiona Apple. And I thought, wow, that's cool. Me and Kanye like the same music.
So I'm trying to just find a video that doesn't here we go. Okay. Top 5 Finnish baseball plays. Perfect.
So what is Finnish baseball the same sport as baseball? Same rules and everything?
You're about to fucking find out.
Yeah, please enlighten me.
Go ahead and share this screen. You're not going to hear anything. I think it'll be funnier just to kind of have us watching this Safari. I think this works. This is how I want all my YouTube videos to start. Title screen, top 5 Finnish baseball plays, not justified or stylized.
Arial font.
By the way, you remember the guy who did Beginner's Bar?
Yeah, of course.
Scott. Yeah. Quick aside, and then we can get back into that. I know it was really good. He had like a couple hundred subscribers. He was doing that for a long time. He decided he stopped it. He's no longer doing the Beginner's Bar. And if I asked you to guess what his new thing is, you would never figure it out. No, he's selling things now.
Something I've heard of before.
Yeah.
Like a Cutco knives kind of thing.
I mean, he's selling a product. You'll never guess it. Do you want to try?
Whey protein.
No.
I mean, it's too broad of a category. Give me some kind of a hint or category.
Just ask questions. Yes or no questions.
Is it a consumer electronics product?
No.
Is it a health or lifestyle product?
Yes.
Is it something that we all use, that most people use?
Not most people, but some people definitely use it.
Okay. Is it something you've ever used?
Yes, but not for a long time.
When did you purchase it?
High school.
Interesting. Is it music
Maybe
related?
College. No.
Is it alcohol related?
No, it's not.
Is it related to partying in any way? Like leisure, enjoyment?
Kind of.
Is it health and wellness?
It's not necessary. It's not a necessary product.
Is it like vitamins or something?
No.
Okay. Is it something that you ingest, eat, drink, mix into a drink?
No.
Is it something that you can hold physically in your hands?
Yes.
Is it does it come in plastic packaging?
Let me back up.
Okay.
You can hold the thing, but that's not how it's used.
You can hold the thing, but that's not how it's used. Okay.
Like
so
that's not
it
the
is
it's in a you can hold
something-
the package it's in.
right. Okay. Can you use it? Is it consumable? Like, do you use it once and then you need another one?
Kind of. That's a hard one to.
Well, like remember Mr. Fusetti, our teacher?
I do
in
remember
high school?
Mr. Fusetti.
He said to me one time, if you wanna come up with a product that everyone needs but can only use once.
I mean, it's definitely like disposable. Like once it's out, and you gotta get more.
Do you use it mostly in the bathroom?
Kind of, yeah. That's where, yeah. It's
Is it
not
like
like
grooming,
kind of. You're getting closer.
makeup, or like razors, or
You're getting closer.
okay, face masks or something?
No.
Is it used by men and women, or just one of the two?
Yes.
Men and women.
Yes.
Okay. Is it something that I've used? Do you know if I've used it?
Yeah, for sure.
Have we used it together?
I mean, we don't like,
Not at the same time.
yeah.
Wouldn't be
I mean,
something
but yeah, we've, yeah.
Shampoo.
It's an individual product. It's not like something you use with somebody.
Individual.
And you're on the right road with bathroom makeup.
Yeah. Is it Mary Kay Cosmetics?
Close. No.
Avon?
No.
But something like that, like a pyramid-y type.
No, it's actually not. It's not that type of structure, but the
Yeah.
product is close. Let's just take a step back here. We're talking about Scott here.
Yeah.
We're narrowing it down.
Yeah, but I
like
don't know
Mary
him that
Kay.
well. I only know him through the bartender's buddy.
That's all you need to you know everything about him at that point.
Okay. So I'm thinking it's something I wouldn't expect him to be selling.
Correct.
Which is where I went to with makeup, like something that, but you wouldn't have used makeup.
And you got really close.
What would you have used in high school? Did I also only use it in high school?
I don't know. I know you definitely used it in high school, but I don't know about after that. Probably.
Oh, cologne?
Well,
Car Noir.
So he's yes.
You're kidding me.
He has closed the beginner's bar. By the way, just to put a pin in that one. So he stopped doing the beginner's bar right as it was taking off. He decided that I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. As soon as it got recognition, he was done with it.
He said somebody asked him to use his videos in their like app. He's there and they're like, listen, we'll use your videos and you'll get exposure from all the thousands of people who have my app. And he's like, nah.
Dude, social media is like such a wild, like the people who make, so I don't know about you, but I told my accountant that we do this to see if we could write anything off on our taxes. And he said, no, just because of the way we're doing it. But he's like, but let me know if it does take off, because he said he's seen people that like overnight, boom, blows up. And all of a sudden they're making like very real money. It's just crazy that that's even a possibility.
Yeah.
So like he does this thing as like half a joke, and that now he gets an actual offer to be in an app. That's awesome.
It wasn't half a joke.
Oh, it
was a serious thing. He had multiple times said, my goal is to have a streaming studio, and like it was a very serious thing, and he took it seriously, and he did like 200 episodes. I mean, it was a big deal for him.
Yeah.
But then he stopped, like out of the blue. He's just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And his last beginner's bar episode, he signed off with, he would sign off on his episodes like, and then and this has been the beginner's bar, and then that was it. But then his last one, he goes, and the beginner's bar is closed. And part of me thinks that he thought of that line first.
Yeah.
And then he decided to stop because he wanted to use that line. I enjoyed them. I thought they were hilarious. And frankly, a guy like him is more likely to be famous on the internet than people like us.
Agreed. So anyway, internet loves a personality, loves a character. So he goes, and this is on our golf Discord, right? Which I love talking about the Scott stuff. Some guys don't want to hear it. I fucking would love to just always hear it. Yeah. I'd rather talk about that than golf in our golf Discord. And he goes, I'm going to do a white label business, which I'd never heard of. I don't know what that is. And I'm like, I asked him what that is. He's like, well, it's like where someone makes a product and they sell it to you and then you put your own label on it and then you sell it. Yeah, like he's like generic Tylenol, the Walgreens brand Tylenol. That's a white label. And he said, take the example of like a car, right? Toyota doesn't make all the parts. They just put them together and then sell a car. I was like, I don't know, maybe. Labeling, but yeah, sure. So his thing is like, I'm going to do a fragrance. I'm doing his own fragrance. He's making his own fragrance. And I can't wait for these YouTube videos to show up because he's going to do those. So he's selling his line of fragrances. You want to see it? Yes, very much. See what this is his first scent. More than anything in the world, I want to see it. I know. That's it. It says at the bottom, Smith Fragrances. I want a shirt that says Smith Fragrances. I love everything about this. I know. You know what the best part is? What? It's a unisex fragrance. Both men and women can use it. See, that's smart, right? That's smart market dynamics because now instead of cutting your buyer base in half, you're capturing everything like Michael Jordan cologne or CK1. I asked him if the same designer made both the label for the bottle and the box. And he said, yeah. Oh, he didn't design that? I think he did. I would assume. I would hope so. Maybe he paid a designer for Vanilla Grove and he picked the name. Yeah, he did. What the hell's a Vanilla Grove? It's what came to him when he tested the sample. It's fantastic. Smith Fragrances. And he has others? No, he's starting with this one. He's going to start with this one. And what is the actual Vanilla Grove scent that like I could go buy in a drugstore or whatever? What is he? I don't know. Label? Do you know? Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I sure don't know. I remember any unisex fragrance. Yeah, I mean CK1 was a unisex fragrance. Remember that CK1? That was a big one. Michael Jordan cologne was unisex. I remember Michael Jordan went on Oprah to talk about the launch of Michael Jordan cologne. And he was like, yeah, so we used, he had like all the different scents that went into Michael Jordan cologne. And like one of them was air. Yeah. You know, I'm Air Jordan, so you know, put air. We had to put some air in that. You know, put some air in there. In Michael Jordan cologne. I would Sarah was like, who's going to buy that? And I'm like, you mean besides me? Wait a second. You don't know the cologne since high school? No, maybe in college, really? But I can't. Yeah, I don't think so. I just bought another bottle of my signature scent. Yeah. I wear the same. You'll like this. I wear the same cologne. I wear the same fragrance as Allison's sister, Farrah. That tracks. Yeah. And I wear the same fragrance that you will smell in the lobby of every Edition hotel, kind of coincidentally. They use it as a base. But yeah, man, I just spent $350 on a bottle of cologne for the third time.
expect to get a bottle of the Vanilla Grove for the next life event you have. I don't know how much it costs you. He hasn't said. It could be anywhere from $19.99 to $500.
What's
hope
your limit?
Well, yeah, my limit's like maybe $40. But if he was like, it's also going to be $500. He has 50 something bottles sitting around his house, but he's gonna make Vanilla Grove YouTube content, and I am more excited for that than anything else I have coming up in life. Right?
If there's any product that's better for the internet, it's definitely Sense. What are you going to talk about? It smells great. End of the video.
You ever been through a grove?
A vanilla?
You ever smelled vanilla? That's, let me explain it to you.
You're in the ballpark.
That's it.
That's going to be good. That's going to be good content. Great addition to the internet.
I know. I'm so excited for that. And listen, man, I am rooting for this guy to hit it big. It would be nothing would make me more happy. That it's I've got all these great ideas. It's funny to like read the chats, and it's like, oh, dude, you should think about doing this. And you'd be like, no. I'm like, okay.
Doesn't speak.
Like that guy reached out to use his beginner's bar stuff, and he's like, no, I'm done. I'm like, yeah, okay, then let that guy use it. Like, you don't have to. You've already made 200. You did all the work. Like, might as well. And he's like,
he's on the Vanilla Grove.
I don't even want
that doesn't light a fire under him the way that scents do. Fragrances.
All right, back to
some finished baseball. That's fantastic.
So I'm not going to.
Please keep me updated on that.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I will for sure. How do I just got to do it this way. Okay.
Give me full screen.
So
can you?
Yeah, Miko. When I do this, it goes to that. I don't know why.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Okay, so this is not like baseball.
Well, I mean, you tell me what you think is going to happen here.
Okay, so I like how the first thing that jumps out to me is I like how they are holding the bat aloft like the Star Wars character.
By the way, no dugout. I mean, the red team's batting, and they're all just kind of hanging out there.
Like this.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yep.
Okay. I'll bring it back up.
Yep.
That's my first observation. So I'm assuming that's part of the intimidation, like the haka dance.
They're like, who's actually going to who's swinging?
I need the picture again.
Who's the batter? Oh, there we go.
Okay, the guy in the purple is the pitcher or the batter?
That's a good
question. Is he holding a bat? I can't tell.
That you don't know is important. There's the ball. You probably can't.
Oh, so it's being pitched from the guy directly across.
So first rule of Finnish baseball. There's no pitcher. There's no traditional pitcher. The pitcher is this guy. And he throws the ball straight up in the air, and you can't see it. You can barely see it. There's a white circle down here. It's like home plate.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
And the ball has to land on that. That's a strike. If the ball goes up in the air and then lands on that plate.
Without the guy hitting it.
Without the guy hitting it, that's a strike.
But he's allowed to try to hit it.
Oh, yeah. He has to hit it.
So what's the guy in purple doing?
He's pitching. He threw it up in the air.
Oh, he throws it directly up in the air.
They throw it directly up in the air.
And the hitter's right next to him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So he's got to get the hell out of the way. Is basically what's about to happen here.
He's basically like soft tossing. He's lofting it up. How high are we talking? I guess it's pretty high.
That's pretty high, right?
But like, are they trying to throw it as high as they can?
I think so. But they also have to hit the plate, so it's tough.
Yeah, I need to see this. Play it from the beginning because I want to see the toss.
That was the beginning.
Okay.
That play kind of sucked.
Okay. Top 5, man. Is that good? That's good. He caught it on a 1 hop.
I don't understand.
His helmets. Okay, so it's kind of like cricket in baseball.
I don't understand why that.
Are those bats
Billy
round?
Hard you. He's like. Okay,
That's
so
one of the top 5 plays. What's that kid doing? Who's that little kid out there? Why did he slide when the guy had it so? This is out?
Gotta turn this down.
I'm so confused.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching these YouTube videos for months and I still don't understand. But there's funny videos too. We gotta get to some like. Hang on. Let me just.
Oh, I want to see the number 1 play, man.
Yeah. All right.
I want to see what Juha Nimi does. Okay, throws it up, smacks it.
Ah, there it goes.
Umpire gets out of the way. Oh, it's going into a field. Okay, so he's digging it out of the weeds.
That's the one thing about Finnish baseball is everything's at play. There's no fence.
He has no idea where it is, and they're running the bases.
By the way, let me go ahead and stop you here.
So, like, they must try to hit it into the weeds every time.
Yes. So
that's why that guy getting the 1 hop was such a big play.
This is how they run the bases here. They go this way to this one. Then they go across the field to this one. Then they go around here to this one, and then outside the boundary to get home. It's unbelievable.
Is it the same? Okay, sorry for bad quality. That was pretty good.
I guess that's a great play. I want to see funny. Hang on, let me. Dude, they play these things all over the place. Some of them are in fields. Some of them are inside, and they just like fucking hit the ball, and it just rolls around. Finnish baseball, funny. Here we go.
Turn the air conditioning on already. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. I love that they had a river camera.
Oh, yeah. I guess it happens all the time.
Why don't they just put a fence up?
Because if they had a fence up, we wouldn't be talking about Finnish baseball on the Rich and Josh show.
You're right. You're right. Look at Greenberg and Jason Williams.
I know. Dude, it's funny. They play them. Let's see.
Oh, dude. Wait, go back. Is that a Tim Robinson video?
No.
Oh, no. It kind of looks like
the Finnish Tim Robinson. So this is
let's see a pitch up close.
This is a John Boy.
Oh, come on, man. You're missing all the cool stuff.
No, I'm not. This is a John Boy.
Oh, okay.
Fucking breakdown. I need to. All right, so he's throwing the ball straight high. Well, it's yeah.
Is it like in softball? You ever played in the softball league as an adult?
Yeah.
And you know how you play against that old fat pitcher who is able to pitch in a way that you just can't hit the ball no matter what you do? Oh yeah,
no, I've never had a problem hitting a softball exactly where I want to hit it every single time.
We've been on the same team before. Remember that team of really old guys, and he would put the spin. It's not that you can't hit it. It's that like he puts a certain spin on it that makes it more likely for the ball. Yeah, the guy fell down.
There was one video where they were playing in like a, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like a huge indoor like soccer facility. Like it wasn't just a finished baseball field. It was like a multi-purpose. Like they rented it out for 2 hours to play a finished baseball game, but it was between soccer practices and stuff. And they use it for all kinds of different things. And the guy hit it, and it was like bouncing around behind like some disc golf cages, like that were along the wall. Like like the ball went behind the curtains that they used to divide the two. And they had to fish it out, and it was like all part of it. I love it.
Look at that mascot's face. It's a woman.
How are there only 5 finished baseball videos?
I love that John Boy has a breakdown. I bet it's funny. Pesapala.
I don't want to know the rules. Like I don't want to ever find out.
Trying to trick Ohtani with a funky delivery. Yeah.
Like I just want to be surprised about something about this sport every time I see a video.
I wonder if there is a way for pitchers. Like I wonder if pitchers are just lobbing it up and putting it in play, or if there really is a way to like
spin it,
some kind of spin or something.
Little English.
I can't believe you've never played against a softball pitcher that like made it harder for you to hit the ball.
Never.
Not like you're striking out. But that
no,
like,
I get it.
You can't do anything except for pop it up the shortstop.
No, never. I don't know that I've ever made an out in softball. That wasn't a line drive that I smoked it directly at somebody. Seriously, I watch videos of people.
Have you played in?
I played all through high school. I played in college.
Okay.
Yeah, I played that one in high school, and I played in college for intramurals.
So there was the one guy in the league we played in together, and then I played on a team for when I was at Confluence, and that was, there was one guy on a team there that could do the same thing, and I couldn't get a hit off of either of them. No one could. Like the whole lineup got mowed down by this big fat guy that was like, and he was deadly accurate too, because like he was throwing it with spin for strikes, so you couldn't take pitches. You had to put the bat on the ball. You just said you've never made an out in a softball game?
I don't think I've ever made an out in the history of my softball.
I've definitely made outs, but there was most things I could run out. Like if I put it on the ground, I would be able to get to first. But I've never hit like a home run in softball. Have you?
Not over the fence, no.
Yeah. Well,
I've hit a lot of triples.
A lot of triples? Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't remember you being the Babe Ruth of softball, but apparently when
we played in that league in high school, I used to just try to hit it as hard as I could, and I would hit it over everyone's head into the fence, and that's how to get a triple. But I remember we were down by 1, and there was a runner on third, and they backed up. This is like my second or third time up, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just fucking hit one over the shortstop's head, and I did that, and we scored a run.
You could do that.
It was like, I remember I would stand at the plate and be like, who do I want to hit it to? I'd pick in college, it was co-ed, and I'd be like, I'm going to hit it to the girl in right field. And then I
wish I was that good of an athlete. That must be fun. Seriously, that sounds like a blast. I would just swing as hard as I could, and I couldn't like hit to the opposite field intentionally. Oh. At least I don't think I ever tried. I would just always pop it right over the shortstop and get a single. That was my go-to.
There you go. Well,
because I couldn't hit home runs. I wasn't a power hitter. I was a leadoff guy. Contact.
Get the ball on the ground.
Yeah, get on base.
Run it out.
Manufacture runs. Small ball. I'm
you
back to playing Zelda again.
Are you?
Yeah.
Might as well.
I really want you to play this game.
We were talking.
Your brain in this world would be so much fun to watch.
That would be fun. It sounds like a fun game. We were actually talking to one of Sarah's friends this past weekend, and she bought the Switch just to buy that game to play it. Same. She loves it.
It's all you need it for. I mean, it's like 100 hours of entertainment. It's a really good time.
Right.
And now I have a setup here in my little man cave where I've got the Switch on this little TV that I mounted, that Allison mounted. So I did it. And I can play while I'm here at work.
That's the key, man. Having shit when you're working.
You inspired me.
Yeah, you need to, where your ADHD brain needs to just like not focus on an email for 5 minutes.
That's right.
Make some beeps and boops.
So now I'm like facing a sort of a crisis of motivation. I wrapped up everything that needs to be wrapped up, and I've got 2 months to go. Well, 9 weeks to go.
And you don't want to start anything, right? Because you're going to be gone for.
Yeah.
You can't, but you kind of have to. You can't not start something.
That's right. That's right. So, but like, I can't tell a company, hang tight, I'll be back in 2.5 months and we'll pick this right back up.
Yeah.
So I've got to find people that are interested, but not right now. And then I'm already worried about that.
Is it unrealistic to think that you could start and close something in 2 months with maybe even a small?
Not start, but I have things that are early stage that I have 1 or 2 that I think might be possible.
Okay.
Then if I do close it, then I'll get that commission during pat leave, and my whole plan is out the window. Right?
I don't understand.
Remember, I only get half. I get paid half in salary, half in commission. Right?
Yeah.
So over the last year, I've been making half of what I normally do. Until now, these deals are closing, and it made up for lost time and then some. But during pat leave, they're going to pay me. They're going to true me up to 100% commission. So if I have commission owed to me from a deal that I closed, then they're not going to, then I'll just get that. But if I don't, they'll pay me as if I do. So they're going to pay me my full on target earnings. Just let's use round numbers, right? Let's say my salary is $50,000 a year, and I make $50,000 a year if I hit 100% of my quota, right? So my total on target,
an additional $50,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like my W-2, if I do my job, which I'd have to, or I'll get fired, will be $100,000, right? During this paternity leave, they're going to pay me $100,000 as if I'm making $100,000, not 50.
And not
something closed.
And that's a paternity leave thing, not a you did anything at work. You could have not closed a single deal, and that's what you would have gotten paid.
And that's what I'm trying to do. Right. That's why I wanted to close this in June, get paid my commission in July. And then when it comes to September, they don't owe me anything, but it's like a bonus basically.
I see. It's a bonus to go on pat leave.
Yeah.
Paternity leave. I hate fucking pat leave.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Pat Balasek leave.
Okay. So now I'm starting to better understand why you wanted to get this done now. So you're going to get that big check for the deals you did close, and then you are not going to close any. It's possible that you wouldn't close anything between now and when you go on paternity leave.
And the best part is I get so of the commission I just made, I get 60% of it at signing, and I get 40% of it when they launch, which is usually a few months later. In my case, both of these deals want to launch in January or late December. So it's perfect. I get paid my 60% before. I get paid as if I'm making commission during pat leave, paternity leave. And then when I come back, I'll get the other 40%.
I see. Okay.
So I'll have a steady stream of income.
So what's the problem if you close the deal?
Wouldn't be a problem now, but it wouldn't be a problem. But if I close something in August, that'll be due to me at the end of September, which I'll be on paternity leave. So I'm going to get that money anyway. Wouldn't it be better if I got the money on paternity leave and then closed a deal right afterwards and got another commission? It's basically like an extra deal that I closed, but I didn't have to do any work for it.
And so they're not like
they'll just true me up to 100%.
They're not advancing you the money over paternity leave.
They're just paying me as if that's my salary.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Then I guess it makes sense. It's weird that it's disincentivizing you to get deals closed faster, but
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. They just changed it to this, and I don't know if it'll stick around, but I'm glad it's like this. Like a lot of places, most places, if you're in sales, you get your salary when you're on paternity leave, or 80% of your salary, or your salary for the first month and the second month, something like that. So like the fact, and there's 6 people on my team that do what I do, 5 others. 4 of us are having a baby within the same 45-day window. So 4 of us are going to be out for 2.5 months. My boss's life is going to be miserable because he's going to have to cover everything.
Yeah.
Imagine if 4 of your 6 people went out for 2.5 months during the
6.
quarter.
I'm down to 2.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
How
yeah,
things going there?
I'm kind of getting that. No change yet. Well,
Gotcha.
how are things going? They're not better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's something cooking. So
Cool.
For me. And
Good.
so that's the I'm sure hopefully have more to share soon.
Nice. I'm
gonna
happy to hear
let's
that.
put it this way. I'm gonna head over to Bonobos. I've never been to one of those before, and I'm gonna get measured up for some
I like their stuff.
jackets, for some blazers.
Now you're planning on going into the store?
I was, yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Should
just
I?
gonna rip this Band-Aid off. Yeah, I like
Tell me.
Is it Bonobos? Is that how you say it?
Bonobos.
Bonobos, whatever. So the store is actually a showroom.
Yeah, they don't have the stuff there so I walked into it and
Yeah,
I
wanted to make sure
was
you
kind
knew
of
that, 'cause it's a
I
little
just popped
jarring.
in and I was like, how does this work? Like, do you have stuff to buy here? And she said, no.
Like a retail store?
We'll measure you and then we'll order stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll come back when I have time to do that, because I don't have time for that right now.
Dude, I'm a medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
No measurement necessary.
I'm a 46 regular.
I just want that shirt.
Yeah. Can I just? I assume they have stuff in every size there that you like when they measure
one shirt
like
in each size.
Yeah, and then be like, cool, I got this now. Let order.
Yeah,
all these.
Like, if you want, you can skip the measurement and just order the stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nice.
Can you return? Is it easy to? So that's the other question I had, because it's not custom made, right? It's just a specific size. Can you return it? Like if you ordered a bunch of stuff.
So they like every shirt. So they make it very easy to return. Like, you remember Trunk Club? You ever part of Trunk Club or anything like that?
I remember the name. I never did it, but
yeah.
Okay.
So they will send you all your stuff, and like every shirt comes in, every shirt, or every pair of pants, or every blazer comes in either tall, short, slim, standard, or something else. So there's like 6 variations. Athletic, yeah. There's like there's a customizable quality to it, but everything's returnable.
Okay.
They probably do make custom stuff, and that wouldn't be returnable. But I've never.
It's not like Indochino, where
that's like, or like Suit Supply.
Suit Supply, where you go in and you get measured and they make it, and you can't return it. Like they'll fix it, but they can't. You're not getting your money back. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it just makes sense to just order some stuff, and maybe I'll go in there and like try it
go
on,
and check it out and see what you like, because a lot of the times, like the stuff I've bought, some of their fabrics, I've only really bought shirts and pants there. I've never done a blazer, but like their dress shirts are like some of my staples. You know, I have a white one, a blue one, and like a gingham checked Bonobo shirt, and I wear those a lot because it's like, especially in the summer, it's that like lightweight fabric, like kind of moisture wicking-y. But because of that, it doesn't always look the way it does online. Like the fabric catches the light in different ways. It's got like a sheen to it. So you want to lay hands on it before you make a decision.
That's one of I have a bunch of those shirts from Faherty. They have this thing called the Movement shirt, and it's all those like really super lightweight. And I actually want more cotton shirts. I actually ordered some cotton shirts from Faherty. They're all on sale. So I think I'm good there. I got like 4 white ones and 2 or 3 blue ones.
This is similar. I like these actually. These are cool.
What's that?
The Movement shirts. I'm just looking at them.
Oh yeah. They're very comfortable, but they are super light. Like almost too light to even wear in the office when the AC's on. Like it's cold.
Yeah, that's similar to what I'm describing. Look at this guy. Look at this picture.
Yeah, that's a guy who's comfortable in his clothes right there. Hey, look natural. Strike a person. Hey, you're about to greet somebody at for coffee. Just look natural, yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
But I want
Well, I like this look for you.
yeah, the buttonless polo
Or this
sweater.
one. I have several buttonless polo sweaters. I like those.
I do not. I
This
cannot
is the one I'm
find.
talking about. Tech
Yeah.
button down.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those, but I've got more like cotton. I want like cotton white shirts. My next wherever I end up will not be a place that I walk. So I don't mind being in a car with a heavier shirt that looks better. And I want to get some. All I have for pants are the ABC pants, which have that sheen you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I want to get some pants that are not that more structured cotton khaki chino kind of looking things. And I think Bonobos has
chino.
I do.
Yeah. I would highly recommend Bonobos. I think that's a very good choice.
Yeah. And I think my look is going to be it's my big plan. I'm kind of starting over, right? Like I want to it's a good chance to
in office more often.
Of course, yeah. Like white or blue shirt, nothing too crazy pattern wise, blazer, structured chinos, common projects. I'm going to do that. I think that's a good look, and it also retains enough personality that like I'm not wearing fucking Allbirds or whatever.
Yeah, right. And it's easy to dress yourself every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you always look good. There's a guy that sits next to me at work who's about our age, and he wears a blazer every day. He goes with jeans, and then he wears those like Cole Haan sneaker looking dress shoes or something like that. It's his look, and it looks great, and it's easy to pick out every day. And then like you're saying, like a white, a blue. All my dress shirts now are either white, blue, or a simple pattern. Like nothing.
Yep.
That's all you need.
No,
especially if you're only going in a couple days a week. Yeah, like you don't need to get bold and crazy. But I like that. I think that's a good look for you. I mean, the chinos and common projects, I would probably go jeans there, but you want to go a little up leveled. Jeans.
Jeans or wouldn't probably be appropriate. But chinos, and they don't have to be khaki colored, right? They can be all kinds of different colors, which is cool. And then I've got those gray ones. The other two colors I have are probably not super office appropriate, so I might get like a black pair, or if they come out with a brown color, I'd buy one.
You've been on that black pair for a while now.
I think they look good, man. I think that those would look really cool. And no socks, right? Can't, at least in the summertime, no socks.
Yeah,
and then you switch to in the wintertime, you switch to like some chukka boots.
So if you're willing to pay common projects prices, I'm going to turn you on to another brand that I've recently gotten into called To Boot, like TOBOO.
Oh, those are so gross.
Hold on, don't judge too much. I haven't gotten to the ones. I haven't gotten to the good ones yet.
Oh, the good ones are on page 3.
Yeah, they bury them on page 3. I don't want everyone to have them. I have these as well. Hold on, where are these?
I like those chukkas that you scrolled past.
I have these as well, suede derbies, but I have the crepe sole. Love a crepe sole. I guess they don't have.
I like those ones.
It's just a white leather sneaker. Which ones?
Those chukkas.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a pair of Allen Edmonds chukkas.
Yeah, those are great.
Man, I'll tell you what, they look cool. The problem I have with chukkas is I got to then buy new pants that have an opening big enough to get over to the top of them.
These?
They'll bunch up, man.
Oh, like you gotta have. Pant?
Well, no, really any pant, like making it so they don't bunch up the top.
This looks good with like a selvage denim. I think this is like a denim shoe.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. I don't want to. I don't want to
be a denim guy. I got you.
It's just a whole.
I don't know where
Got to start.
There's a pair of like white leather shoes. They're not these, but they're. I mean, that's similar look to common projects, similar profile. Yeah. But I don't like any of these either. These are terrible. But I have I have 2 pairs of them actually.
They look a little boxier than common projects, like a little more rounded, not boxier, but like bigger. I love the
Those are
Common Project
good
silhouette
shields.
is so good.
It's clean, man. It's very clean.
It's
I actually like these.
so good. Those look all right. I bought a pair of Dunks recently that I like.
Yeah, it's funny.
Uh,
I tried on a pair of Nike over the weekend.
they're cool.
And I never would have
And
thought I would buy Dunks, but I liked them.
they look good. They're not as hype as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But they are like a shorts only type of shoe. I don't think I don't
What
think I
color?
can pull those off with pants.
That's what I was looking for. Like I was thinking maybe a Stan Smith or like the Nike version of the Stan Smiths. I don't know what they're called, Blazer or something.
I've worn those. Those are good.
You like them?
I do.
I need a pair of like nice sneakers. I sold all of mine off, and I like all of mine are looking ratty. What would you go with? Like Air Max 95, maybe?
I actually bought Air Max 90s as well. Nike was having a big sale, and I just got a bunch. Yeah. I know they're not super.
No, but they're cool. They're great. Exciting. It's a great look.
Let me see. I can just pull these up.
Or like a Stan Smith, or like
you know what you could do is if you're looking for something that's pretty basic, they make Jordan 1 lows that have the Air Jordan on the heel.
I saw those too. Yeah.
And they're all white with like a blue swoosh or a red swoosh.
This is the shoe I was trying to turn you on to. I have one pair of these that I've worn out so much that I bought a second pair that's like a little bit newer and cleaner. I love this shoe. My favorite. It looks great with everything. Really well made, comfortable. They're just expensive.
I get it. I'm just I like
a white shoe is
single color.
Yeah, a white shoe is hard to pull off. Like there's a lot of brands that make them and they suck. These ones I like.
Here we go. I'll show you what I bought.
You should pull the trigger on the black.
Get this out.
I think they're cool. In fact, I almost bought them after you started talking about them.
Yeah, I might. I think that's. Can I get this out? I don't want to like show my. I could probably just log in because I bought like 5 pairs of shoes. I kept 4 of them. Anyway, I can't show you because I gotta like show my email and I'm not gonna fucking do that. But I got a pair of canvas. So the Nike Jordan lows, I think, are.
Can you show me them?
You should look at.
I want to see if it's the thing that I was just thinking of. It said Air Jordan low on the tag or whatever, but.
Yep.
Okay. They kind of look like Dunks, right?
Yeah. So if I go, let me share this. These ones, but not for the men's. Those look cool, actually. I like those. The ones I'm thinking of they're like this, but they just have a blue.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not Jordan 1 lows.
But I like that white one. It's just maybe a little bit too white.
Right. The ones I'm thinking of.
You know which ones I want is the Travis Scott. They're like $1,200. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows.
They look good, man.
They're fantastic.
Those are cool looking golf shoes.
Yeah, I'm actually looking. I need a new pair of golf shoes too because I've worn holes in the heels on mine. And every golf shoe I went to PGA Superstore. They're like all $200 for anything that's waterproof, which is like, why would you spend $200 on golf shoes?
I know.
It seems insane, you know?
I agree. Here, these.
Yeah, those are cool.
And they make them in blue as well, like navy blue.
Yeah, those are cool. And $79, that's the right price for a pair of shoes to wear with shorts.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to get beat up.
Do you wear? What's your go-to short?
I actually need to buy some. I need to buy some new ones. I have some Lulus that are fine. They stopped making them in 11-inch inseam, and I know that's the look now. I don't like.
They're very short.
The 9-inch fucking inseam does not look good on me. They're tight around the legs. I want baggier, longer shorts, and I
I
can't
bet you
find
it looks better on you than you think, but I understand how you feel because I don't like. I have really skinny legs, and I still don't like wearing them.
Yeah. So where do you get your shorts?
Faraday. Faraday is my favorite pair.
Okay.
They call them like beach to bar or something like that, or beach to table, farm to table.
I tell you what, I bought a pair of Hurley shorts. Remember Hurley,
Yeah.
the brand? It's like that.
Yeah.
Dude, they are the lightest, most comfortable. I think I got them at Nordstrom Rack. Perfect. They're
I have a
old,
pair
but
of
they're
FootJoy like that. FootJoy shorts that are like
We're
I bought them for golf.
cool.
They're navy and they're long, but they're kind of tailored down the leg so they don't balloon out. It almost looks like pants that were cut off right above the knee. They're cool. I like them a lot. But again, same thing. Like you would
They
never
look like
expect a
pants.
pair of FootJoy
Just gonna get
shorts.
some of those. You gotta get some of those pants that have zipper loft legs, and you just that's
I
it.
have those. I have the Nike ACG shorts that zip off into pants. They're fantastic. They're very baggy. I think that was
Perfect.
like a
That's
mistake.
the idea.
But I've grown to love them.
All right, it's 9:15. Got to wrap this up.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, good catching up. Congrats on the deal.
Thanks, buddy.
Deals. All right.
Yeah,
maybe we'll try on Friday and play some Pie.
In.
All right. Friday it is. Later.
Later.